Fahey to serve with partner Dylan Frazier.
Yeah, Dylan has been super active all week, covering as much court as we've seen anybody cover. J.W. Johnson with a big backhand, his favorite shot.
0-1-1. Pancake forehand for Maggie Brascia. Great get from Dylan Frazier on the stretch and into the body of J.W. Johnson. 1-1-2.
I think what we're going to see based early on here is Maggie Brascia is going to see a lot of balls. Obviously, we're seeing that pattern of two women dinking cross court to each other forehand, but Dylan been really active, so I think he's going to be the poacher. JW, if he has a downside in mixed, he tends not to be quite as aggressive as some other men in poaching.
Yeah, you could see Dylan Frazier's really feeling good. Interestingly enough, in between his matches here on Grandstand Court, he was icing his shins. But it doesn't look like there was any problem with the shins. What a great response.
Dylan having switched from Selkirk to that Joola paddle has really done something for his game. He's hitting the ball a lot harder, but I was talking to him at one of the breaks, Michelle, and I told him what I thought is that it seems like it's made him more active athletically, which doesn't quite make sense maybe, but because I think he's got more confidence in the paddle, he hits harder. It's translated mentally that he's more comfortable in the game and willing to take more balls. So he's just been so active physically on the court. Watching one of his earlier matches this week in mixed doubles, he was over on the other side. He was throwing Berts in. Just never seen that before from him.
Ooh.
Maggie went behind. Dylan was ready for it, but she got away with it. He missed a bunny.
J.W. Johnson trying to get big there. Mama Johnson was on the sideline. Georgia, taking a break from this tournament, playing with new partner Maggie Brascia. Yeah, because you would typically see Georgia and JW playing together.
Georgia one tournament off. Julie Johnson tells us we will see Georgia back with us in Mesa in a week and a half, which is good to see. Oh, Dylan sat, guessed right, and had the shot he wanted. Massively overcooked it. Yeah, I think Maggie affected a little bit by seeing Dylan. You can just look at Dylan. He looks like a leopard about to pounce.
Nice dipping drop there from Brascia. followed by a beautiful third shot drive from J.W. Johnson, giving them momentum down by 2 here on this side out. The pace of Dylan Frazier's game is just so fast right now. He's just getting the ball and serving it right away.
Yeah.
You know, his pace is very fast.
He's just been feeling it all week.
Dylan Frazier catching the right side of J.W. Johnson. You will see J.W. Johnson sitting with his backhand. He doesn't typically slide over. He just tries to chicken wing that shot. Oh, the pickup.
Great shot there from Fahey. And Dylan Frazier with a great reaction. That ball caught the net. It was not a shot that was going to be set up for an ATP, but by catching the net, it drove it wide. Dylan Frazier, excellent perception of the opportunity. Waited, showed patience, the key to a good ATP. Took it at ankle high and made it look easy. Good leave there by Maggie Brascia. Frazier being very active, driving the ball when Johnson and Brascia are unwinding the balls. So I'd look for J.W. Johnson, maybe try to take a little bit more court, like that.
Hey, Jim Claus calling it like it is.
Yeah, every once in a while, but no, J.W. again. His strength, obviously a great player, but his strength in mixed doubles is not usually his poaching. He tends to be he loves his backhand, so he tends to be a little bit more passive off the forehand side. And Kate Fahey with a smart shot, hitting it behind him.
So smart.
That's the chess match again that I love so much about pickleball. It's not just strategy, it's strategy, counter strategy, and counter strategy. If you've been hitting a lot of shots to Maggie Brascia, putting pressure on her, you're gonna guess that the response is for J.W. over, so you hit the ball behind him. Yeah, and there it is, J.W. again. Usually not so aggressive off the forehand bounce, but recognizing he's got to do something.
I like that he's doing that here, but he also needs to start doing that on the side out on service possession to gain points. So now that he knows he could do that and he could really target Kate Fahey, let's see if they could get up to the net, execute the game plan.
Well, what he can do is kind of hang out in the middle when they're serving, allowing him to take more balls. Dylan wanted that one. It wasn't quite high enough. Thought it was going to hang, and it didn't. Great point.
Oh, some crazy things happened there, but I really liked the pickup from J.W. Johnson, the reset that gave him, the opportunity to come up and close that point.
Yeah, there you go. Good, good roll by Maggie on the when Fahey and Frazier unwinding the stack, gave her more room to be able to hit that roll. It was a little bit deeper. J-Dub recognized the opportunity, taking the middle.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Good play there. Good play there. You see J-Dub again intervening, turning the point around where suddenly it's J.W. and Kate Fahey exchanging shots. Dylan recognizes it. He steps in, says, "You're not going to pick on my partner. I'm getting involved."
Nice work from Maggie Brascia, really working the kitchen line, giving both opponents nothing to really work with. Great anticipation from J.W. Johnson for the side out.
Again, we see again right there, Michelle, why it's so important for the woman in mixed doubles. We had a good cross-court forehand roll. Just opens up the court for the man to poach. Both the men lurking, looking for the poach.
Ball stayed
wow.
in.
We're starting to get a little bit of wind. I think the wind might have helped it.
Up until that last shot, the quality of that point was tremendous. And followed by a long serve there.
Referees, their question the referee, it was long. They should not challenge. They would lose. And they don't. Oh, Dylan had that one again.
He knows he's overcooking the ball. He's just, he's so happy and excited to have these opportunities. He's got to tone it down a little bit, pick his spots.
Oh, great play there, Maggie Brascia.
Maggie Brascia handling the net cord twice in that point, earning the side out.
I like the drive there by J-Dub, just like to see it aimed at Fahey. 6-9-2. Dylan with a couple of errors here.
Yeah.
Letting J-Dub and Maggie get back in here. Oh.
What can you do? What can you do?
Very fortunate net cord.
Fahey and Frazier will go ahead, call the timeout.
Hey, I'm Ben Johns, and I've got quick hands.
I'm Deckel Barr, and I like to hit hard.
I'm Anna Bright, and I like to speed it up.
I'm Colin Johns, and I have fast reflexes.
You might want these.
You know what? You're gonna need these.
You're gonna need these.
You're gonna need these. Actually, no, these are mine. Go get your own.
Or at the feet, because right now he's been missing in the net and long.
That'll help him just execute better, and you get the ball back. Good timeout. See if they can get on the scoreboard, though, and close this one out.
Great composure, 2 away from taking game 1.
Again, the contest, who will leave it up a little bit too much? Who will be able to poach? Wow, what a point.
That's the patience. That's the composure from Frazier and Fahey. Now with a game point.
defense. Can they get the net? Oh.
Dylan Frazier with a poach
Wow.
for game number 1 here in our bronze medal match. Incredible play by A.W. Johnson.
I think, Michelle, we've got just a smidgen of wind now where Frazier and Fahey are slightly downwind. See if that affects the play at all.
It usually does. Shots usually change. Accuracy is not on point. A little bit more caution.
I just noticed on that first point, Maggie's third seemed to hang a little bit, and because it was going into the wind, as it turns out. Yeah.
Great take from J.W. Johnson. The ball that he needs to execute in this game for a chance to take it to a third. Nice attack from Maggie Brascia.
Yeah. She made 2 on that. I thought she had the point earlier when she poked it behind Frazier very effectively. Dylan made 2 athletic plays to catch the backhand and then the next forehand. Maggie had hit 3 winners to get 1 point. There you go. That's what worked in the second half of the first game. Johnson getting more involved. He's got to hit more balls. Again, Maggie hitting that roll drop into the wind a little bit. Got to give it just a smidgen more oomph.
Smart returns, though, because really they're keeping it low.
Yes.
And forcing them to do something a little extra. And you were asking, is this going to change the wind kicking in? And it has changed the look of the game here.
All right, Dylan is just
on it.
Quick as lightning.
Yeah, he's on it.
Look at the difference where Johnson's set up versus where Frazier's set up. Frazier's set up a good 1.5 feet more toward his opponent, more toward his partner. That's just a big advantage. They need to poke it behind Frazier. That's long.
Just like that.
Yeah, Dylan's taking up too much. You cannot let the man on the other side take up that much court. He's standing with his right foot on Kate Fahey's side. When you see that, you have got to poke the ball behind him.
Maggie Brascia is still kind of struggling here with her third shot, fifth shot.
Yeah, that's three cross-court forehand rolls she's missed. And I think part of it is the pressure that Dylan's putting on her. Her target zone is pretty small.
Good spot from J.W. Johnson there.
A couple of good resets from Fahey, but J.W. kept the pressure on.
Oh, Kate Fahey has been so consistent this entire match, and she finally misses one forehand dink. You know, something that I'd like to see her do is just kind of unleash on at least one, just to get some pressure off of her from being so consistent. So Maggie Brascia has been doing that.
Yeah.
She hasn't just been dinking, you know, she's been moving the ball around. Sometimes she'll speed up on a ball, she'll reset it. I feel like Fahey, if she has a little bit of liberty to let loose on 1 or 2 points, then they'll take the advantage.
Well, Maggie started to poke it behind Dylan a couple of times, trying to keep him honest. There's many points where Dylan Frazier's left foot is on the right side of the center line.
A big serve from Dylan Frazier.
The breaks are going their way, too.
There's that moment of unleashing and just letting loose from Kate Fahey.
Yeah.
And here we are with a 3-point run on the side out. Maggie Brascia taking care of business.
Wow. Did not see that coming. It didn't look wide enough to me for an ATP. Kate Fahey saw it.
Wow. And it was well inside.
Yeah, an awesome ATP. I mean, first thing you got to do to execute an ATP is recognize the possibility of the ATP. She did. Great try. Ooh.
Dylan Frazier on it.
Dylan wants that one again. Wants that one back. He's got when he misses, he's missing shots that I'm sure in his mind he should definitely convert. So he's going to keep at it. I think Maggie just has not adjusted to the wind.
She should just drive one. Just drive one and then 5th shot drop. Okay. And it's a family affair. We have Julie Johnson, Mama Johnson, and we have Vinny Brascia, Mary Brascia on the sideline rooting for this team to go to 3.
Didn't look like the best shot, but it worked.
The ball stays in.
JW thought it, wasn't sure, asked the ref for help.
So we're going to go ahead.
They are going to challenge.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this call. Refs on the sideline here in the booth.
Let's ask Julie Johnson what she thinks.
When the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it. Challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Because the next level isn't just handed to you, it's earned. Go next level with 6-0 Pickleball.
5-7-2.
A little forced dink volley there.
Well, the challenger earned him a point, so it was definitely worth it.
Definitely.
Interesting. Dylan at first in that point, Michelle, he was obviously influenced by Maggie poking it behind him a couple times, so both of his feet were on his side of the center line, but as the point went forward, he was cheating more and more and eventually got a ball he could do something with.
He's a sneaky guy.
He was a sneaky guy.
Because, like, there's one thing of showing it, and there's one thing of, like, moving over slightly so that your opponent doesn't even realize it.
Well, he's able to do two things. He's cheating a lot of getting his feet on the other side of the center line, but then he is just lightning quick as well.
2 away from the bronze medal match, or the bronze medal.
There's Maggie poking it behind him. Yeah. I like the first one, second one. Dylan was home.
And here we are. Bronze medal point for Fahey and Frazier. That ball is not coming back, and the side out, an opportunity for J.W. Johnson. Maggie Brascia,
5-10.
they need to go on a run right here.
Sort of last chance gas right here.
That's right.
Dylan again on the other side of the center line. It's kind of been the theme of this one. Too much Dylan Frazier. Yeah, Maggie went different there. Down the line dink. Drop shot, I should say. It worked. Dylan had not seen that before. Threw him off a little bit. And back to the normal one, just left it short. I think that's 4 of them this game.
Second opportunity.
Dylan again, both feet on the other side of the center line at this point. JW got involved.
Yeah, good take from him. That
Changed the
sharp, knifey slice forehand.
Thought Fahey had a ATP there. Oh.
Nice jump over the kitchen line for J.W. Johnson.
So they fight off 3 match points so far.
They earn another look and chance to gain some momentum. So we saw Maggie Brascia struggling with her third. She opts to try to drive, is unsuccessful. Too high, and the put away from Fahey.
Well, they had their chances, just could not generate any offense the 2 times they got the ball back. See if it costs them here. Kind of a lackadaisical third there from Fahey.
A drive from Dylan Frazier to the backhand side of Maggie Brascia. Frazier and Fahey